Okay, we gotta change this. Okay. Wait, have I done my dailies today? I feel like I haven't. Okay, I did. Let's do a team trial while I eat. Hello, Alfonso. Okay, I'm gonna look at what you sent me. Okay, so you got your Uma plus a borrowed Uma or one of your other Umas. And you're trying to run Maru. Okay, so... what is your goal with Maru? Are you just doing a run for fun? Or are you aiming for something specific? Because right now, you have proficiency A in mild and medium and your long B. Are you trying to make a good front runner? Like, what's your goal? Okay, you're trying to make a good parent. So, are both of the stamina sparks that you have 3-star on the gold ship and the creek? Yes, no, maybe so. Gold ship is 6 speed, 3 stam. What is the spark that the gold ship has, though? Okay, you're gonna send it to me on Discord? Okay, so she's a 3-star speed spark. So that means when your Maru run is done, Maru is gonna inherit a 3-star spark for stamina from your Super Creek and a 3-star spark of speed for your gold ship. If you're looking to make a good parent, you should pick a guest Uma that has a 3-star stamina so that you have a potential of hitting a 9-star stamina spark. So for example, I'm gonna set up a run right now. And your cards look good. Yeah, so the goal, your number one goal should be to get your own 9-star in any stat. It doesn't matter what stat. Preferably in stamina or power, because stamina and power are the harder stats to train of the 3 important stats to train. Speed is really easy to train. There are a lot of speed cards. No. It doesn't raise the probability of hitting a 3-star stamina spark, but it sets you up to potentially get a 9-star, and that's the most important thing. Okay, so for example, who am I gonna play? I'm gonna play someone who doesn't have stamina as a... So... I would say she's not a good parent for Maru, mainly because she doesn't really give skills that benefit Maru. She's just the best Uma that I have right now. She's really good at being a parent for long runners and medium runners. Okay, so I'm gonna run Ogre. Now, if you look at Ogre, she gets a bonus 20% to speed and a bonus 10% to power. Which means, anytime I run a speed training, she's also gonna get power. Because that's just how the speed training works. And I'm not going to use any power backup cards. Because she's going to just passively gain power at a 10% increased rate. But she has 0 buffs for stamina. So what I'm going to do, because she does not get bonuses for stamina, I'm going to make up for that by giving her Umas that give stamina. Now, I think I'm going to use... I have quite a few people in here. This is yours. This is mine. I think I'm gonna use mine because it works for her. Damn, I don't have one with 3-star stam. It's not for your... So, you should use Umapure. Go on Umapure and just find people and just borrow their Umas. Add them to your friends list. All of these people are not... Like, most of these people I don't actually know. Nekoko Dreams is in our team. This is a person I'm borrowing from. This is a person I'm borrowing from that I just found on Umapure. I don't know this person. I don't know this person. I don't know any of these people. These are all people that I'm borrowing from. I know you and my brother and Nam. Everybody else are just people I found on Umapure database. So use Umapure database. It is the key to you getting better runs. Okay. Now, since you're going to start using Umapure, I'm going to teach you what is good to look for in a parent. My Futakitaru is actually not a very great parent. She only has 2 white skills. And yes, she has long 2 and stamina 3. And her own skill is at 2, which means when you start the game, she's going to come in with 2 hints already. That's what that means. But here's the thing. The parents, her legacies, they also don't have a lot of white sparks. So they're not super great. The more white sparks, the better your runs are gonna be. So for example, if I go to... I'm gonna look at this person's... She has so many more white sparks than me. In fact, I think I'm gonna use... the McQueen. All of these white sparks basically means when you go to the inspiration in early April rather, early April, when you go to your inspiration at the goddess statue, you have a chance to trigger these sparks. When these sparks trigger, they give you bonus stats. See? So, a spark that increases stamina and gives a skill hint for Kyoto Racecourse. Hydrate, a spark that gives a hill for Hydrate. Yurei Final, a spark that increases speed and stamina. The more stars it has, the higher chance it has to spark. Yes, a lot of whites are very good. And here's the thing. If you have an Uma that has a skill like Corner Recovery and Hydrate, even if you don't have cards, or your starting Uma doesn't originally start with those skills, you have a chance to inherit those skills purely because of these white sparks. Now, white sparks cannot spark gold skills. So, Gourmand, Swing Maestro, they will never spark from an inheritance. But these will give you hints for the white versions of their skills, making the skill overall much cheaper to buy. So, Corner Recovery is great because Corner Recovery turns into Swing Maestro. Hydrate is great because Hydrate turns into Gourmand. It makes the baseline skills much cheaper if these sparks trigger. So, Homestretch Haste, Pace Chasers, like this is a really good Uma for Pace Chasers. As you can see by the fact that it's been borrowed 8,000 times. Now, so, I'm gonna use this person's... Yes. White sparks are good. Obviously, the most important sparks are your blue sparks, but white sparks are good. Okay. Now, on this account, I only have one 3-star stamina girl. That's my Marzensky. I don't have any other 3-star. But what happens is, when I complete this run, my Ogre Cap has a chance to become... She will at minimum be a 7-star Uma, regardless of what that 7th star is. Because she will automatically have 6 stars in stamina. But she has the potential chance to hit a 9-star Uma. So, you see, my Marzensky has really good spark bonuses. Lots of really good spark bonuses. So, we're gonna use the Marzensky. And here's the other thing. You see this infinity meter? These are the skills that I could potentially get from sparks. Through inspiration. Potentially. You click up here, the skills button. Excuse me, this account is not pay to win. This account still has 40 carats because I just haven't spent any. When this becomes a double circle, you have a higher chance of sparking more white sparks. Yeah, I've got 40k sitting on this account. From grinding all the... Because I only took 30 rolls on Maru for this account, so I didn't spend very much. I only spent 4,500. Yes, double circle is hard to pull. I agree 100%. So you should be focusing on only getting one circle for now. But now you see, like, this is what the legacy looks like. There's a lot of potential for good skills and for race sparks. The more G races you run, the more chances... You have to win the race, too. The more races you win, you have a chance to spark these race sparks. Each of these race sparks gives different things. So, you want to run G1 races. You want to run as many as you can without hurting your stat gain. Okay, now, we're gonna start the run. Or rather, we're gonna go through cards. I pulled the SSR Rico. I only have the 0 LB Rico. I have a baseline Kita-san. I have the gold ship card. I have a max limit break King Halo, a 3 limit break Ancient Flash. I'm going to take level 50 Super Creek. Right? So just with this level 50 Super Creek, you're gonna see how crazy you can get, how crazy high with stamina you can get. Aiko? Who's Aiko? Did you spell that wrong? Am I missing something here? Rico. It depends. A level 50 Rico is kind of crazy. I can't believe someone actually MLB'd Rico. Okay. Obviously, you know, like... you pick the stat with the most Umas, because your goal in your first year is to get all these guys to gold. So I'm gonna pick the Stamina Spark. Or the Stamina Training. And then what I almost always do is I take a Recreation on my second or third turn. Because this mood buff is really important. So you saw, because I had the Rico card, I only got 5 characters who joined my team. Because Rico took 1 slot of my support characters. I don't need to know the rules. Alright, so look at this. This is really important to understand. You always want to be at least good mood. Increase training results by 10%. If you're in great, increase training result by 20%. Increase attributes while running by 4%. These are really important. I never want to drop below good. Never. You always want to be at least good. Because there are support cards that their amount of bonuses that they give to you is based on your mood. So if you have a card, let's pull up the cards, career profile, and let's look at perks. Mood effect. King Halo's is 30% more effective when you have a high mood. Ancient Flash is 47% more effective when you have a high mood. If you have normal or below, mood, this is losing you so many stat points. This is the difference between like 5 stat points and 0 stat points. It's extremely important to keep track of your Uma's mood. So, now, obviously the new mechanic in Unity is the Spirit Burst. So you want to keep a track on that. The most important thing when you're picking is obviously you want to focus on which of these has the most Umas right now. So right now for me it's speed, we're going to take it, and it also gives me a Spirit Burst. Well, this is what this is Uma Masterclass right now. Right. We give Ogre Cap energy. Okay. Now, another thing to pay attention that's different between the regular URA Finals and Unity Cup. Yes, you always want to be playing the most recent scenario, because URA Finals, Unity Cup is URA Finals on steroids. That's basically what it is. So always be playing Unity Club. I know it's gonna take a while to adjust to the new mechanic, but it's super duper useful. It's gonna boost your stats so much more. It's gonna give you better Umas as a result. Now, thing to pay attention to. In Unity Cup, because you're training a team, these other Umas are going to appear. These are not your support card Umas. These are just extra Umas that are going to be racing on your team. These Umas do not affect the stats you gain nearly as much as the Umas that are your support cards and have the gauge bar at the bottom. These are the most important. Always the most important. They're not parasites. They're important. You need them. But they're not as important as Gold Ship, Super Creek for me, Kita and King Halo, and I don't have Ancient on here. So this is a good training for me. It is a better training for me than any of these others because it has 2 of my support cards in it. And then also I will give a spirit boost to Rice. Okay. We always take that one. See, another 3 training. It's better than this 3 training because this only has Gold Ship in it, when this has Kita, Ancient, and Super Creek. Alright, good. We're not having to burn a rest. Yeah, this is way better. We need this. So the most important thing in Unity Cup is that you want to make sure that you are spirit bursting as many people as you can. The more people you spirit burst, the stronger your training team is going to be. Alright, so 2 trainings and a Haru, 2 trainings and a Taiki, but it's a spirit burstable Taiki. She'll get spirit gauge. So this is still better than this one that doesn't give any spirit gauge. Till the soil always gives power. We want power. Okay, this is Super Creek. Okay, we'll take... I'm gonna take... No, friendship is priority. Friendship is priority. Spirit gauge is important. It's important to keep a track of the spirit gauge because what happens is every time you spirit burst someone, when you spirit burst someone, it... Here. If I go to here. So this is my roster. They're all F rank right now. When you spirit burst someone, it gives them a massive boost to their stats, which makes them really competitive. And the spirit boost also buffs your stat skills. So I'm gonna take this power training. Hello, brother. All F? Yeah, because it's super early in the run, bro. Calm down. Okay, I really want to take this, but this is probably a bad idea. Now, okay. So, this is what... So you see how the icon changed from white to blue? It means I have a training with a person who has a max spirit gauge. You see, she's going to get her spirit burst if I choose to take this training. Which is really good because it gives me so many bonus stats compared to someone who's just who is no spirit gauge. I'm gonna take the training. It's probably a bad idea. Yeah, she failed. Fuck, that sucks. Alright. That's okay. Recreation. We're gonna take the wit training because it has 3 girls. This one. The new mode is fun, but you have to understand what you're doing. Okay, so I don't always take skills on the first race because the chances of your character triggering them is very low. And we're gonna be running her as a pacer for now. So, smaller tip. If you ever have a character that can run Pace Chaser or Late Surger, if your power is low, I would consider this low for this point in the game. If your power is low, you're always better off taking Pace. Because Late Surgers need a lot of power to overcome the pack. And if you don't have that power, like if this was 250, I would say I could run her as a Late Surger. But because it's 176, there's a chance she's gonna get stuck at the back of the pack. So, I put her as a Pace Chaser. Oh my god, you're distracting him. He's trying to learn, brother. This is Vesper's teaching class. Alright. So we're gonna skip towards the end because this is our debut race. I'm gonna be really upset if she doesn't, like, kick it into high gear here. Like, what's going on, Ogre? There we go. Correct. Alright. I love Ogre Cap, she's the best. You just got home. Where were you? Were you at your weeb party, or was that yesterday? Are any of your weeb friends also playing Umamusume? Hello, Erwin. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Holofans go hard. What were you guys doing? Were you watching, like, someone's 3D live or something? Alright. Karaoke. Just karaoke. You went all the way to Boston for karaoke? Okay. Now, look at this. So, you see Kita-san is at Spirit Burst, and she's on Speed, which is where I want her to be. Now, you can use your Spirit Burst on any stat. But remember, once you use the Spirit Burst training, you cannot use it again. You can only use it once per Uma. Once per Team Racer. So, I want to use it on Speed, because my goal is to get her to high speed. So I'm gonna use it. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. I have a lackluster wit training, so I'm going to hit rest. Okay, so now, Alfonso, this is another thing that you need to pay attention to. In fact, let me change my titles. Okay, so this is teaching Uma right now. This is teaching Uma. We're gonna be doing a lot of teaching in this. Okay. All right. So now, I already did 2 trainings. It doesn't matter. We're gonna look at the calendar here. So it is currently early August. Something really important. You want to make sure you have 1,000 fans before you get to early December, because when you click into these races, the G1 races in December, so the Asahi High, the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies, and the Hopeful Stakes, require you to have 1,000 fans in order to qualify to take the race. These are the most important G1 races in the beginning because they give you so many fans early, and they set you up to qualify for the early April race, which is the Satsuki Show or the Oka Show, which you need 45,000 fans for. 4,500 fans for. You need 1,000 fans to enter into the Hopeful Stakes or either one of these 2 mile runs. You don't have to take all of them. You don't have to run in all of them. But they really help your Umas. So for example, Tokai Teo runs the Satsuki Show, which is in late or early April. And in order to qualify for that, you have to run another race between your debut race and the Satsuki Show in order to get enough fans to qualify, because she needs 4,500 fans to qualify. So these are the 2 best days, early December and late December, for you to run and qualify and get a lot of fans with only having to race once. It is super low. But you realize that your debut race gives you 500 fans times the number of race bonus that you have. I have 5... Sorry, not race bonus, fan bonus. I have 20 plus 10 plus 15. So I have 45% increase in race bonus. Now, a lot of times when you finish your debut race, you might end up under 1,000, which means you'd have to take another small race. Usually I take one of these two, if my character can run a mile or a sprint. Otherwise, I'll take the Kyoto Junior Stakes. But I hit 1,000 off of my debut race, so I don't have to race another race until I get to here. In which case, I'm gonna probably run in the Asahi High because I need to get 3,000 fans before January with Ogre Cap. And that'll give me 2 chances to hit that threshold. So, back to here. We're gonna take the Guts training because there's 3 Friendship Umas and 2 Spirit Sparks. Build a castle, get some speed. Alright, we're gonna take the stamina training again because there's 3 Spirit Sparks and also 3 Friendship, support card bonuses. Ugh, Ancient is like literally the best card. Oof, these are not so good trainings. This card. Aishin Flash. I love Aishin as a SR card because Aishin gives you insane mood effect bonus, which is great. Skills that she gives. If you're running a late surger, she has 3 strong skills for late surger with a 20% chance to get any of them. These are all amazing skills. Standard distance, straightaway acceleration, amazing as a white skill. And then these are just amazing late surger skills. So she's really just a super great card. Why she's so much better than this? While Gold Chip can give you a lot of good skills, the skills you actually want are Groundwork, Highlander, Umastan, and depending if you're running an end closer, then maybe you want After School Stroll and Straightaway Spurt and End Closer Savvy. But you only have a 1 in 14 chance of getting these 3 skills, which is not high. So you'd much rather have a card like Aishin, who has 5 skills, but they're all super desirable for running a late surger. And even still, like, this skill is amazing for running anybody. Doesn't have to be a late surger. Plus, she gives, on her first story encounter event, she gives mood up and energy. Her second one gives you 20 energy and a hint for homestretch haste, which is amazing. And then her other random encounter story events also give you really good stuff. So overall, great card for an SR. Alright, these trainings are kind of doo-doo. I'm not super thrilled with any of them. What do I want here? I'm gonna take this training. I'm gonna take the Wit training because, like, the others are not great. And I was hoping to get a good skill from... I was hoping to get Corner Recovery from her, but she didn't give me. See? I got 20 energy and Homestretch Haste. Great. There is no SSR of Ancient correctly right now. Alright. What do we got? This is an amazing power training. While I only get 1 Spirit Spark, there's still 3 characters here, which is really good. And the great thing about the Rico card is that she will always give you 3 stamina every time you train with her, which is amazing. Yes, you want to prioritize G1 races. They're so important. Wow, that's a crazy guts training. Okay. You only take G1, G2s, G3, and pre-op races when you absolutely have to. Like if you're running Bakshin, those are kind of necessary. Right. These are not very great trainings, so we're gonna take the speed training and get Ainshin to gold. Forceful steps gives power. We want more power, always. I'm not gonna take this training. We're gonna rest. Okay, so if you have the Rico card, this event is very important. You never want to take the bottom option. This is a gamble option. This will end her story mode events, immediately. This will give you a 50-50 to end her story or to continue with her special events. If you feel like you're being lucky, you will get stamina bonus here and a potential chance to accelerate her event. This one will guarantee you her events always. So we're gonna click on this one. While I don't really care for the 18 guts, we're gonna take that one. All right, so now it's late November. I'm gonna take one more training. Ooh. Speed training. Or this training. We'll take the speed training. I'm weak, I didn't gamble. I'm trying to teach you. I'll gamble on my own time. Okay. So. That's actually an insanely good training. Fuck. I don't trust her to win her race with these stats. So I'm not going to take that training. And I'm gonna pick up a skill. I don't have... Well, she has a chance to get... We're gonna take corner acceleration. Normally I don't take skills that are full price, just because it's pretty painful on your wallet. But I took it there because corner acceleration skills in general are very good. Okay, we're gonna speed through the first half of the race. Okay, is corner or straight better? Generally speaking, taking a corner skill is always better than a straight skill. Why? If you look at the map, there are 2 straights and 4 corners on every race course. Your chances of triggering a skill on a corner when there are usually 3 or 4 corners is much higher than if you were to just take a straightaway skill. Now, straightaway skills are good because the home stretch is always a straight. So your chance of triggering a straightaway skill on the home stretch is really high. Yes. But you also have the chance of hitting the first straight on a racetrack, which is not good. You don't want to use that skill on the first straight of the racetrack. You want to use it on the last straight of the racetrack. So corner skills are generally considered better because you have a better chance of hitting... You have a better probability of hitting them at 4 times in the race. Alright, we're gonna go into our first Unity Cup race at the end of this. I don't necessarily want to take that. Okay, so looking at these, I don't have any training that I really want to take. So I'm gonna take the Rico Friendship Recreation. These are the special events that you get from having a Rico card. So it gives you stats, it gives you bonus mood, and it gives you energy, which is really good. So now I will go into the new year with a lot of energy. Alright. So. We're gonna go into our first Unity Cup. Now, I highly recommend you look at the team. Always look at the team. Because the game is stupid and sometimes likes to put Umas who are bad proficiencies into slots they shouldn't be in. Now, the skills that your Umas have are the skills that come with their card. So, the Umas that you pick up on the side that are not your friendship cards will also always have the skills of their card. Now, why would I put Rice Shower here when her skills has Deep Breath, which is a long skill? And you look at Super Creek, who has Corner Recovery, which is a recovery skill that works on all racetracks. They're both proficient in medium and long. They both have very similar stats right now. So, I'm going to switch Super Creek with Rice Shower because Rice Shower skills will trigger on a long run and they won't trigger on a medium run. So just keep that in mind when you're picking your teams. So right now, I think the rest of this setup is pretty good. It auto-stuffed her into Mile because the rest of these characters don't have good Mile running. And make sure you save it. Don't just hit back. And let's see, can we grab another skill here? So, I am building Ogre Recap to be an ace. I am not going to pick up Hesitant Pace Chasers even though I can buy it. Because I'm not trying to build a debuffer. I'm trying to build her as an ace, which means she works better with having skills that give her speed and velocity and recovery. Alright. You can look at the spread to see if you have a chance at winning. You never want to take the bottom option because your goal is to get within striking range of the final team that you fight, which is Rico's team at the end. If you pick the third option, you'll never hit that. So I can absolutely win this hands down. I'm not gonna pick it. I have pretty good stat lines here for winning this, so I'm gonna try and win this one. And we're gonna watch the main race. We're not gonna watch all the races though. I don't know if my Ogre can win this. She doesn't have a lot of skills. And she's up against a Mahono Bourbon with much better stat lines than me. Marvelous Sunday time? Marvelous Sunday doesn't come out in the game for quite a while, unfortunately. And I don't have her card maxed. Alright. You don't have to watch these races. I'm watching it just because I'm streaming, so we watch the races. Alright, she's got a good position. She's in third place. And she's moved up to second. This actually should be a win for her. She's caught up to Mahono Bourbon. And then she should be using Triumphant Pulse right about now. Oh, she didn't trigger it. Okay, she didn't trigger her skill, but she still won, so that's great. Good job, Ogre. Nice. Okay, so we won at least 3 out of the 5 races, because that's what you need to win. Which means we get bumped up in rank. Alright. So, okay. In the new year, which happens twice in each run, I always take the skills, and that's a personal preference. You can take the one that gives you energy, and then there's one that gives you hard stats. I always take the skill points because I want to get as many skills as possible. Some people prefer to take the energy. Most people don't take the stat lines. Alright, we're gonna take the stamina training. We're gonna buy a plushie because it gives us more stamina. This is a really lackluster training. So I'm gonna take the recreation again. Damn it. We're gonna take the power training because King Halo needs to get to gold. And this also puts Super Creek at Spirit Burst. This is a decent training. You failed on a 7%er. Okay. That's really pitiful. Alright, we got Keto where she needs to be. We're gonna take the recreation training again. This one gives us energy, and we're gonna hit our inspiration, our first inspiration. It is okay, so for those of you who don't know, there are two types of inspirations. There's the blue inspiration, blue-white, and then there's the gold inspiration. Now, if you look, when Ogre is running into the distance, it's gold, which means I hit a really good inspiration. Gold. More sparks trigger when it's gold than when it's not. Gold is good, exactly. See, look at all the skills that triggered. So if I go to the log, which is here, you will see I got 117 stamina, 9 guts, 2 for Kiss for Courage, 1 for Standard Distance, 2 for Moxie, 1 for I See Victory in My Future. I can't use this skill because she's not a front runner, but the rest of them are very good. This is a really good training. We're gonna take it. Kita-san gives me the mood buff. Heck yes. I want to take that training so bad, but I can't. We're gonna take a regular rest. Are you kidding me? You mood downed yourself right before a race. Alright. So we did get a Kiss for Courage, which is a great skill, and it comes from Summer Marzensky. I can choose to buy this skill because it's going to be beneficial no matter what. As long as you're in the front of the pack, you don't have to be in the lead. It says in the front. And as a pace chaser, you should always be in the front. So, but what I can do is I can pick up Hydrate, and then it'll help me trigger a Kiss for Courage. But I'm not going to buy them just yet. I'm going to hold off on those for now. I'm going to pick up... I have a lot of front runner skills here, which I don't need. I'm going to pick up Hydrate. Hydrate is just a great skill to have. Gourmand is a great skill to have. We're going to run the mile. There's no point in picking up a Kiss for Courage if you do not have a recovery skill because you need to use a recovery skill in order to trigger it. There's a lot of pace chasers in this race. I don't know if she's gonna get to the front. We'll see. I think she's stuck. She's moving. She didn't trigger her ability, so she's not gonna come in first place. Fourth. It still qualifies, but it's okay. Not the best, but not the worst. Okay, so now, my next race is the mile, and I have the Aramakinen. Now, something to keep in mind. The mile championship happens in the same turn as the Japan Cup. The mile championship only gives you 10k fans times whatever multiplier you have for your fan bonus versus the Japan Cup, which gives you 30. My goal is to hit 100k fans by the turn of the year, classic to senior year. Why? Because then I get a bonus 30 skill points from the trainer for Happy Meek. I can't remember her name. I never remember her name. So, because I basically failed that race, I'm sitting at about 15,000 fans. I got a long way to go. Winning the Aramakinen will give me about 50k fans. But that's not enough. Which means I have to take extra races. So, I can take the Tokyo Unichin right now, which gives me 20k fans times my multiplier. It's really more like 35,000 fans. How do you activate Spirit Burst? So when you see this icon turn blue instead of white like it's here, I can activate Super Creek Spirit Burst because she has a spirit training and her spirit gauge is full. It will give me bonus stats to power and stamina. Which I might actually just take that training. No, I'm not gonna take that training. Why? Because I'm gonna run in this race. What's the prediction on this? Yeah, we're pretty good. Alright, we're gonna try and run this race, see how we do. Unfortunately, I did not have enough skill points to buy another skill. She might not win this. Just because my speed stat is quite low. There's a lot less pace chasers this time. Which means she's gotta fight a lot less. Let's see how she does. I don't think she's gonna win this race. It was a bad idea to take it. She hasn't been triggering her, her special ability, which is not good. She's on the outside. Oh, there it is. But is it enough to push her past Vodka? I don't think so. Close, but not quite. Zeno Robbie actually won. Alright, so third place should net her about 8k? Yeah. 8k. Alright, we are in early June. We're gonna take this speed training. We took too many stamina trainings, that's kind of why we're running short on speed. I don't want to take any more trainings. We're gonna take Riko Kashimoto training because it's gonna give us energy and it's gonna mood up us right before summer. We did not Spirit Burst anyone in the last 10 turns, which is not good. See, this is why I mean you always should be checking. Because for some reason it keeps putting Ancient here when there's other people who have mile run scores that are better. Like, technically Kita-san... No, not Kita-san. I'm thinking I want... to switch Ancient with Satono. Always say confirm. Oh, I want to buy a skill. Never mind. If I can, that is. I cannot. I don't have enough points for a skill. Alright, what's this looking like? Alright, we're definitely not gonna win the top option. We can win the second option, though, by a good margin. Satono Diamond, you're so cute. Okay. Late start into Rush is not good there, Ogreen. Good thing it's a mile race and you have a shit ton of stamina. She's on the outside. She should win this pretty easily. Oh yeah, she's going. She's going. She's gone! So cute! I love Ogre Cap. She's so cute. Okay. So. We won all the races. We upgrade our rank. We get 4 new trainees. And we're in summer training. Okay, look at this. I have the Guts training with the Spirit Burst. I'm obviously not going to take that. I have this Speed training, which is really good because it has King Halo and it has 3 Spirit Pulses. We want to take this training. So always still be looking out for those rainbow trainings. Those rainbow trainings are still very important. Alright, so this training has no rainbow trainings. And it will not Spirit Burst King Halo because King Halo doesn't have a Spirit training. So we're gonna take the Wit training because we're actually kind of low on Wit. And King Halo gives good potential things. Corner Recovery 4 is insane! That's actually crazy that we just got that. I'm gonna take this power training because it's going to Spirit Burst Super Creek and give me a lot of power, and I need power. I always take the top one on the summer camp training because it gives you 10 power. This always gives you 10 guts on the bottom. And you always want power over guts. This would be nice, but I'm not gonna risk it. So we're gonna take a rest. This is actually a good power training, and it's gonna give me 2 spirit. This will give me 2 spirit because I already spirit broke Creek, and it'll get gold ship up. I'm gonna take this Wit training Because I want to get gold ship to gold. Because then she'll start appearing in rainbow trainings, and we really need that. We're not going to take extra training. We're going to take the energy. We don't care about all the story gibberish. Okay, I'm going to mark out... I want to take the Tenno Show. It is worth the most out of these 3 races, and it's a medium which she specializes in. I could take this wit training too, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, we're gonna take this wit training again because I want gold ship to hit gold. Alright. I don't need stamina, so I'm not gonna spirit break her on the stamina training. .15 speed. We're gonna do power. She needs more power. I would like to Spirit Burst before the next Unity Cup. We're on the same page there. I just want to look. Oh, that is such a good training, and it's a Spirit Burst training. Alright, so this is where you have to make a decision. And I'm gonna make the decision to take this training because it's worth 50 speed. And a Spirit Burst. So I'm not taking the Tenno Show. And I took the training instead. And I got a Spirit Burst on King Halo. What? Did it just give me a dirt skill? Alright, hurry up with your chatting. And we get Swing Maestro. Okay, but here's the reason why I didn't take it. Because there's also the Queen Elizabeth Cup, which is also a G1 race, and it also is a medium race. So I can take this race into this race, and then hopefully, if I really want to, I could technically take the Championship Cup and the Aramakinen all in a row, which sucks taking 4 races in a row, but I could hit that 100k fan marker. So, we're gonna just look at this. Fuck you for giving me another really good training. Alright, now I gotta do math. I have 22k here. If I take the mile, it's gonna give me 17, which puts me at 30, almost 40k. Aramakinen will put me at, if I win, another 50k. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip the Queen Cup, I'm gonna take this training, and then I'm gonna run 3 races straight. Okay, and we're gonna pick up Corner Recovery. And we're gonna run the mile. The fact that they've added Hishi Akabono to the game, and she just is, she's so goddamn tall, it's hilarious to see. Look at Twin Turbo so tiny, and then Hishi Akabono is this giant monster. Look how big she is. Alright, we're gonna speed this up. We're in a good position. There's a lot of pace chasers in this. She's so big! She's so humongous! Alright, we're in a great position. She's gonna do fine. She's gonna pressure out Suzuka right here, which is great. Fantastic. Yeah, absolute ginormous horse. Alright, so this put us at about 40, like I said it was gonna do. It was gonna give us about 17 is what I said.
Hi. Hi, you wanna Mew Mew again? No, you're gonna just headbutt me?
Alright, so we ran the mile. We have the Aramakinen, and we're gonna take the dirt race that comes late December. I don't need mood, so we're gonna take the straightaway adept skill. And we're gonna run the champion dirt mile. Hopefully, if she comes in at least second place, we'll be fine. If she doesn't, then we're kind of screwed. Not a lot of pace chasers, which is good. You're like a brick. Are you sure you're a cat? When you jump off of things, it's very loud. This poor number 4, all the way in the back, forgotten. Ooh, that Marzensky is like fucking digging deep. Ogre, can you do it? Yeah, she can. Yeah, she can. Ogarine! Ogarine! Yeah! She freaking dug deep for that. The thing is, my cat, last time I took her to the doctor, they said she weighs 8.5 pounds. She's a relatively small cat. But she's just like, when she hits the floor, it's like, poof. And I'm just like, how are you hitting the floor so hard when you're so tiny? Alright, dinner's on me. Alright, so we hit 54,000 fans. If we win the Aramakinen, which we should, it should get us to where we need to be for the 100k minimum threshold. Now, we have 2 heal skills with corner recovery and hydrate. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna pick up Kiss for Courage because it's a really, really good skill, even at level 1. So those of you who don't know what Kiss for Courage is increased velocity when positioned towards the front, which a pace chaser, as long as they're, I think, in the 5th slot or ahead, is considered in the front. In the second half of the race after a recovery endurance with a skill. So as long as she triggers one of her 2 recovery skills, this will always trigger. Alright, we're gonna take the 3rd consecutive race, and we're gonna give it our best shot. And hopefully Ogreen can pull this out. That's not good. You burned through... Oh, she got fucking trounced. Alright, hydrate to recover. Can she push her way through the pack? Corner recovery triggered. She's in a really bad spot. She's getting absolutely obliterated. Oh, she's moving up. Here she goes. She's moving up. She's in 6th. Can she get through the final pack? She's on the side of Super Creek. Kiss for Courage is triggered. And Triumphant Pulse is triggered. Oh yeah, she's got this. Kiss for Courage is just such a great velocity up skill. Okay, so another thing. If you don't know what the difference is between acceleration and velocity in this game, because those 2 words sounds like they could be synonymous, they are not. Acceleration is how quickly your Uma gets to their maximum speed. Velocity is their maximum speed. Now, basically what that means is, if you have your speed, let's say your speed stat is 600. When you have a skill that gives you velocity up, it's a multiplier. Oh my god, we are less than 400 points away from 100,000. I am so mad that we're not gonna get our bonus stats after all of that. That's so frustrating. God damn it. I'm so mad. Alright, anyway, back to what I was explaining. Acceleration is your Uma's ability to hit their max speed. The more acceleration you have, the faster they're going to hit their max speed. What influences acceleration? Acceleration skills are multipliers, and your power. So your power is what your acceleration rate is based off of. The more power you have, the faster they hit their max speed. Your max speed is determined by your speed stat. Velocity skills increase your max speed. So, if you're at max speed and you have a bunch of velocity skills, it's going to increase your max speed beyond what your speed stat is. Acceleration skills are good in the beginning and the end of a race. The beginning of the race to get to your max speed as quickly as you can. End of the race because the final spurt, your max velocity goes up, and you want to be able to hit your max velocity to compete in the home stretch. That's how that works. So that's the difference between those two skills. You always want to have a mix of those skills. Not all velocity, not all acceleration. Because if you have max acceleration skills, like 4 or 5 acceleration skills, but no way to increase your maximum velocity, they are completely useless. But if you have all velocity skills and no way to increase how fast you get to that maximum velocity, those skills are going to be kind of useless as well. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I'm so mad we're freaking 303 points away from hitting the 100-point threshold. That's... Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. That's a risky gamble. How are we looking with her power? She has 500 power almost. She could run as a late surger, but I already bought Pace Chaser skills. Alright, we're gonna give this a shot. Yes, exactly. So that's why, like, for example, when you run in mile races for, like, the Leo Cup that happened a while, or whatever cup that happened that was a mile race, the recommended stat line was 1200 speed, max power at 1200, and, like, 600 stamina to get you by. Because you want to be able to, in short races like sprints and mile, you want to be able to ramp to your max speed as fast as possible, so high power is super necessary. Now, I'm not saying that that was going to guarantee you a win every time, but it definitely helps. Alright, so we won. We're rank 11. Fabulous. 3 new people. 12 turns. Okay. We're gonna take the skill points, because I like skill points. We're gonna take a rest, because we definitely need it. Alright, we got carrot, which is okay. Would have preferred something else, but not tissues is... anything not tissues is good. Okay. What do we got here? We got Akita-san training. Yeah, we're gonna take the Akita-san training because it's also gonna get Rice where she needs to be. Alright, so with Ogre Cap, one of the tricks with Ogre Cap is that she has a secret event if you take the Tenno Spring Tenno race. She gets bonus stats. So, typically what I will do is I will take the Osaka High because of its high fan base, and I'll take the Tenno because it gives Ogre a special ability. And this is her condition for spring senior year. She has to win or place top 3 in 2 of G1 races. What this does by taking the Osaka High and then into the Tenno Show. If I fail any of those races, I still have the Victoria Mile, and I still have the Sudakinen and the Takarazuka Kinen to take. I generally don't like taking this one, even though it is a high fan race, because it happens right before summer training. Which means I'm not going to be at max energy going into summer training. So I try to avoid taking the Yasuda Kinen and the Takarazuka Kinen because of those reasons. So I typically will take Osaka High. I'm going to schedule it so I don't forget it. And here's the thing. Here's another thing. Let's say I didn't have 99,000 fans, and I wasn't going to hit the threshold for early April. Inspiration and also the Fan Festival is where you get your second level up of your skill, your unique skill. Osaka High is one of the best races to take to get you that fan boost, to get you to 70k, which is what you need for the Fan Fest in early April to get your skill up. I don't need to because I'm already over the threshold, and I don't have, in this case, because I'm running Unity Cup, the director already likes me, so it's NBD. Alright, that's a great training. That's actually an insanely good training. It gave me it maxed out 2 spirit gauges, and it was also a double rainbow speed training. Very, very good. I guess take my energy because you're a piece of garbage. Fuck! Both of those are such good trainings, and I can't take them because I don't have the energy. The Rico, we're not gonna take the Rico training because it doesn't give a lot of energy. Well, I got sleep deprived anyway. That sucks. I can't afford a horse, bro. Also, horses poop a lot. This is a great training. It is gonna give me a Spirit Broken Ancient, and it's gonna give 2 Spirit Unity trainings to Biko Pegasus and I can't forget Shinko Windy. I don't want to take this training because Guts is not very important. Sell your house for the horse? No, thank you. I like my house, even in its shitty state. Alright, we want to take Swing Maestro. Let's get that out of the way. And we're gonna take the Osaka High race. I know I have a house. I'm very grateful for my house when housing costs are so expensive right now. Trust me, you have no idea how happy I am I bought this house. I like have anxiety about fixing it because of how long it's taking, but at the same time I'm extremely grateful that I even have one. Trust me. You have no idea how grateful I am. Alright, we triggered Hydrate, which means a Kiss for Courage should trigger once we hit the late race. We're catching up to Daiwa Scarlet. Hello, Keen? Keen91, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Ogre's got this. There we go. Blasted her. Okay. So, something to keep in mind. If you're looking to hit an A or an A+ run, There are certain target goals you want to hit at certain points in the career. And once this story goes through, I'll show you what those target points are. After inspiration, I guess. What's your question? So, you guys are 3 and your bro's living in your parents' house. You know they're gonna have to evict him, right? So, because my sister moved out, and I moved out, they're not super quick to evict him because they low-key have empty nest syndrome with the 2 girls being gone. So they don't want to kick him out because then they'll be like super lonely and sad. Am I trying to get an A+? I have achieved many A+ across both accounts that I have. This is really more of like a tutorial to show people who are not super knowledgeable about the game how to achieve certain things and take advantage of certain things. Alright, so like I said, Ogre Cap has a secret event if you win the Tenno Show, so I'm going to take the Tenno Show race in the next turn. I cannot take any trainings this turn because we are so low on everything, which is unfortunate because these are pretty decent. We are going to take a rest. And then we're going to take the Tenno Show. Terror Prince, they ever wee bro in there. I mean, listen, he may have lost his job recently, but he's got a girlfriend, and I think they're more interested in that than the fact that he lost his job. Cat, you're very invasive, Cat. You're like right up in my face. I can't buy a skill, so we're not gonna buy a skill. Okay. That's basically what it is, Alfonso. Cat, you need to not be in front of my face so I can actually see my screen. Okay, so what I was saying before, there are certain markers that you want to look for when you're doing a run if you want to hit an A or an A+ rating. Now, the biggest thing to help you boost that rating, like I've said before, is if you hit Legend status, which is 320,000 fans by the end of the year, you get a bonus 350 points to your rating. How you know you're doing a good run? By the time you hit summer training, by the time you hit the crossover between classic year and senior year, you would want to have at least one stat, if not more. If you can get all 3 of the major stats, so speed, stamina, and power, to B, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. By the time you hit summer training in senior year, you really want to have at least one stat as an A. If you have anything beyond that, you're doing amazing. And you will most likely guarantee yourself at least an A, if not bordering A+. So right now, I am bordering 2 B+ and halfway through an A in stamina. And I'm in late April right now. So I still have a couple turns. Wait, we get 300 points at the end? If you have Legend status, so 320,000 fans, when you complete the URA final, you will get a bonus 350 points added to your overall rating. Now, a high rating doesn't necessarily mean you have an amazing Uma. There are Umas that don't have that many fans, but have better stats and better skills. But generally, the more races you run, the more skills you can buy, and the more likely you are to hit that 320 fan bonus. You need to find a good balance between hitting that bonus and also making sure you're not undercutting yourself on your stats. Alright, we can speed this up. She's in a great position. I'm really not worried about her. She's in 3rd place. She just hit Swing Maestro and Corner Acceleration. And the second she hits late, she should hit Trigger Kiss for Courage. We're in 4th place. She is in the middle of the pack, which is a little sketchy. She's back in 3rd. And there she's making her push. She's making her push. She's in 1st. It's over. It's over. She's gone. She's gone. It's over. Gold Ship might be the easier one. She's guaranteed gonna end. Yes. because she can run and so it's a lot easier to hit 320 with Umas that specialize in medium and late races than Umas that specialize in sprints and miles. She's freaking gone. Tamamon with cross is not catching her. Not even close to Mamo. Not even close to Mamo. Not even close. So, also something to keep in mind about the Unity Cup. Depending on your support cards, determines what kind of skill you will get at the end of your run. So, if you don't run any support cards that are scenario link cards, which is Taiki Shuttle, Rice Shower, Haru Urahara, and I forget who the last one is. Who's the last one? There's one more. I don't remember who the last one is. No, Rico doesn't count. Rico's a trainer. Alright, so we achieved our goal. We don't care. We are sitting at 144,000 fans, which means with the two races I have left, the Autumn Tenno Show and the Aramakinen. If I win the Aramakinen, I should get about 45,000 fans. If I win the Tenno Show averages 15, which would put me at around like 23,000 fans. That'll put me at about, what is that? 20, that's 67, 167 plus another 45 puts me at just over 200,000 fans. So that means I have to run the Japan Cup if I want to hit the threshold by the end of the year. And I can like write all this out so you guys can understand what I'm saying, because it is a little confusing for people who don't really know what's going on. I'm gonna actually take the Rico training because I want my mood to go back up. The last of the Rico recreations. And it gives me Russian Gale, which is a really good skill. I need to write a guide? I know I need to write a guide. Trust me, I've been like... My conundrum is I want to finish making my model before I write my guide, but I should probably just write the guide, yeah? Yes, I'm also hitting a lot of A-pluses with the new scenario. Take the 25, or take these. We're gonna take the 25. I was quite literally, like, I think 150 points off of my first, let me check. On my phone account, because I have two accounts. I have a phone account and I have a PC account. My PC account is the one that I stream with, and on my phone account, my best Uma... Let me check. We are in early June. I can take one more training. I'm gonna Spirit Burst this. And then we're gonna take a heal. Oh, well rested right before summer training is amazing. Okay, on my phone account, my best run is 12621, and it was a guts run with vodka. My next best run was 12608 with Summer Marzensky, and that was a... I'm pretty sure that was a wit speed run before URA came out, so I'm gonna try it again and see how it goes. Yes, so the URA, the Unity Cup specializes in stamina, because when you use Rico gives stamina and guts are the two primary stats that Rico offers you, which makes running characters like Ogre and others who are not really stamina adept much stronger. Alright, so we moved her into the medium slot now. What skills are we looking at here? We don't have a lot of skills. We need to get more skills. So let's buy more skills. I want to pick up straightaway acceleration because Russian Gale is super good. We already passed our second inspiration, so I'm not going to be able to get any more upgrades on some skills. We're not taking late Sager skills because we took Gourmand. Straight Descent is really good. I think I want to pick up Homestretch Haste just to like guarantee her the win, and then we'll go. Rico's team is very OP. We should be fine to race this one. She hit medium S, which is insanely good. Yeah. Yeah, she hit medium S, which is like so good. So that's the other thing, Alfonso. If you are running a in certain races, having bonus sparks on your character, so like she's a late surger sparker and a long race sparker. This one's a late surger sparker, medium. These have a chance to spark, and those sparks, when you hit S rank over A rank, that is like a 20% increase in your efficiency on running that race. It's a massive buff hitting S rank. Yeah, I'm not worried. My Ogre is kind of like... She's absolutely killing it. She's friggin' gone! Look at her, she's gone! Absolutely blitzing these kids. Damn. We absolutely crushed it. You won the race, but you lost as a team. It is bad. You want to win as you want to win the team race because the team race win gives you upgrades, and it gives you bonus stats at the end, which is important. But I've gone through 4 of the 5 Unity Cup races and won all of them, and then lost on the last one. It happens. It's a thing that exists. All right. We could take the 30 here with 2... Yeah, we're gonna take the 30. Give 2 Unity trainings. That's really good to hit in July. I don't really want to take that. So this is kind of like a meh training in my mind. So I'm gonna actually take the wit training and roll a turn. Am I spark farming? Passively, not aggressively. So my current parents for this run are a 9-star stamina and an 8-star stamina. I am technically spark farming to try and see if I can hit a 9-star stamina, because right now this one is mine, the Summer Marzensky, and she is an 8-star. I would like to get another 3-star stamina spark so that I can make my own 9-star. On my main account, I already have a 9-star and 2 8-star staminas with 3-star as the transfer, the representative. This is an insane training right now. 50 points because of the Spirit Burst, and then this will give 3 more character Spirit. That's insane. Good job, Gold Ship! Tactical Tweak is so merp as a skill. And then, what do we got here? I'm just gonna take the 45 because that's actually insane. Alright, we had a pretty solid summer, I would say. I've had better. I've hit the hundreds on summer before, but that was a really solid summer. I'm not gonna complain. We just hit Professor of Curvature, which is a really good skill to have. We're gonna take a rest. Yeah, I'm gonna actually crack this Spirit Burst on stamina, because I want to get her stamina up too. god, that is an insane training. 4 Unity trainings and then 2 a double rainbow. Holy crap. I don't care for long races, so we're gonna deny the inside scoop skill. We're gonna just take the Tenno show and see how it goes. I will look at your Uma while the race is running. Oh, you hit a speed 3? Nice! Actually, really good sub-sparks, too. Oh wait, no, that was the one you sent me before. You're gonna send me new final stats? Alright, let's speed up the race. Olgri's doing fine. She's in 5th. She's in 3rd. Kiss for Courage trigger. She's in 2nd. Yeah, she's got this. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Oh my god, I cannot wait till frickin' Twin Turbo is in the game. I'm so ready for Twin Turbo. She's so cute. I love her. Look at how cute she is! Yeah, this Ogre kicks. Yes. 9 lengths. Crazy. Alright, so we're at 168. Yeah, she needs to run the Japan Cup. So, the more you play with a certain deck, the more you're gonna get a good feel for how many fans that you're gonna get with your fan bonus per race. If you're new to the game, don't focus on trying to hit 320, because you're not gonna be able to hit it if you're a beginner to the game. If you have at least a few cards that are high 45s, level 50s, then you should aim for it. But if all of your cards are like 35s and 30s, don't try to aim for hitting that threshold. It's not going to be good for you. That is a high fail point, so we're going to take a rest. Nice, hit well rested. Oh, that's a really good run, Alfonso! That's a really good run! Good job! Okay. Another small hint, though. Another small hint. Next time, aim to get at least one of those stats to 1100. When you hit the 1100 marker, it increases your percentage chance of hitting a 3-star spark. So, if it meant foregoing hitting your stamina at 1000 to get your speed to hit 1100, do it. As much as I would love to take one of these trainings, we're not gonna do that. And we're gonna take the Japan Cup race. So, something to keep in mind, and now I don't have the numbers in my head perfectly for Unity Cup specifically, but if you are running, let's say, the original URA finals, you can actually math out how many stat points you're gonna get by completing all 3 races in the URA finals, so you can figure out exactly how many points you need to hit before you start the URA finals in order to hit at least 1100 in one stat. That's how I've been doing these races. I'm doing math long before I hit the end of the career run. It's a lot of pace chasers. she's in a good position, though. No, I'm actually quite good at math. Alright, she lost a lot of positioning, which is not good. What's happening here? She's getting dumpstered. She's starting her final spurt from so far behind. I don't think she's gonna place, which is a problem. And because this is an optional race, there's no do-overs. She didn't have enough power. She got pushed to the back. That sucks. So we're not gonna hit our legend status like I was hoping for. Yeah, she didn't have enough power. That sucks. That's stinky. It's okay. Not the end of the world. You're going on a diet ogre fat? I mean, wow, what is that? I mean, I'm gonna take the wit training only because I want to go into URA finals with a lot of energy. But all of them didn't need it because most of them were spirit bursted already. Okay, so what can we buy? Corner Connoisseur. I don't have Professor of Curvature yet. I don't have Russian Gale either. And I don't have Gourmand completed either. We are not gonna have enough stat points to get where we need to go. I don't need this to be good. We're gonna aim for a Professor of Curvature first. My end run was skill 4, level 4, even when I was in the good amount of fans. Okay, so there are 2 criterias for hitting the skill up during the fan fest. Number 1 criteria is hitting 70,000 fans. The number 2 criteria is you need to have the director in at least the green status bar when you go to the fan fest. If she is not in the green status bar when you go to fan fest, you will not get the level up. That is the most important part. The director. Now, in Unity Cup, I believe the director is replaced by Rico. Yeah, it's 60 for the first level up, and for the second one during fan, it's 70. I have a chart. I have the chart. Alright, I'm just gonna skip to the end. I can't believe she got bullied out in the Japan Cup. That's so unfortunate. It was... I don't think it was ever 80. Let me check. I have a chart clippy. Where is it? Where is the clippy? The clippy, the clippy. Yeah, it's 70k fans. It was always 70k fans. It's 60, 70, 120, and if you're a dirt runner, it's 40, 60, 80. So that's kind of why, like, Rico is, as a card, is super important. Because if you have Rico as a card, and you trigger her special event, it gives you... you're a dirt runner. Get out of here. Damn, we're gonna be so just short, which sucks. Is Ogre considered a dirt runner? No. So when it says dirt runner specifically means that the character's baseline starts as an A in dirt. So Taiki Shuttle, Ogre Cap, and El Condor Pasa count as turf runners. Dirt runners are Shinko Windy, Haru Urara, Smart Falcon. There's a few others, but those are the ones that count as dirt runners. Their specialty is running in dirt. You can make them into turf runners, but they still follow dirt rules. Taiki counts as a turf runner. Haruura counts as a dirt runner. Even though you can make either one of them into the other with the right sparks, whatever their baseline is what they are. Oh my god, why are you turning into my brother? You're a dirt runner. So, for example, Haruura. If you look at her, she's a turf G and a dirt A. She is a dirt runner. If I go to Taiki Shuttle, who is actually not on this list, I think she's one of my pocket... Yeah, so if I go to Taiki, she is a turf runner with a dirt in C. She does not count as a dirt runner. She's a turf runner. Smart Falcon, dirt runner, turf E. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one, I can tell. Satona Diamond, what do you have? You small breather? I'm gonna swap you out with Rice, because Rice having deep breaths is important. You Haruura fans.
Hi, kitty cat. What's the matter?
Alright. Let's see if we can beat him. Oof, that's not looking good. I didn't get enough bursts. Spirit bursts. So I don't see us winning this. I'll probably win my race, but I don't think the rest of them are going to be wins. This is probably going to be a loss. I did not get enough spirit bursts. I have too many carrots. Give you some? No, thank you. I'm keeping my carrots so that I can get a MLB Kita-san. I hope you lose this one. I mean, I probably won't, because Intense Gaze is really strong, but I'm probably gonna lose the overall team race. Ooh, maybe I will lose this. Oh, Green's struggling a little bit. She's got it, though. Yeah, there she goes. Oh my god, you have an ERB emote? Amazing. Now we got this. It's over. She won. Crushed it. Crushed it! Those are great! Those are great ERB emotes. Yeah, we lost overall. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I didn't get enough spirit bursts. It's unfortunate, but it happens. That's why the spirit bursts are important, because it upgrades your team. And without good, like, you can have an amazing Uma. How do I activate moving emotes in my chat? I don't think I can for restream chat. These are doo-doo trainings. So we're gonna do this one. We're gonna take a race. Oh, she got mile instead of medium? Interesting. That is possibly bad for us. Go, Twin Turbo! Damn, she triggered all of her skills really early in the race. That's not good. The run isn't washed, but it's not as good as it could have been. I mean, let's be honest, we failed 2 trainings early in the run too, so that definitely is a detriment to the run. Like, this is still gonna be a solid ogre recap, it's just not gonna be as good as it could have been. This will be an A run. I'm not worried about this hitting an A. But is it gonna get close to A+? Absolutely not. Right. Give me good trainings. How many fans did you have? Let's start with that, Alpha. Let's grab this. 300 plus, but you didn't hit the 320? $380? Okay, so you did too many races then. If you're at 380, that means you had 60,000 fans more than what you needed. Your goal when doing these races is to get to a point where you can get as close as you can to hitting 320, but just over it. You want to be in like the 320 to 340 range. That's like the perfect sweet spot, because that means you're not wasting races for fans that you don't need to hit the threshold. You only go above 320 when you're trying to aim for a certain, like, epitaph achievement. Which, that's like late game Uma stuff. Alright, get out of here, Maru, you're dead. She's got you. Hishiaka, look how small Nishino Flower is compared to Hishiaka Bono. Hishiaka Bono can literally just kick Nishino Flowers. Ah, that's the problem. You didn't count the URA. You hit 700k for club? That's crazy. That's fair, Alfonso. That's fair. So, generally speaking, and it depends on what your fan bonus is, but your goal is to hit a minimum of 250,000 fans. If you're averaging, when you do the Japan Cup and the Aramakinen, 50k fans. If those 2 races give you about 50k fans, plus or minus a little bit, like plus or minus 1k, then 250 is your target. Because the URA final, the finals itself is going to give you about the same as the Aramakinen. And the other 2 races are gonna give you, like 15 and 13 and 18,000 respectively. Oh, this is unfortunate. I guess I'm just gonna take this training, which sucks because I was hoping to hit a burst. Alright, I'm gonna let this race run, and I have to go to the bathroom really bad. So I'm gonna let this run, and I'll be right back. Sorry. I didn't run the race because I'm an idiot. I did wash my hand. Sorry. Damn it, I thought I started the race before I left. I ate really greasy food, and my stomach did not agree with it. I apologize. Okay, so what were you saying? Oh yeah, the harder one is like late game Uma epitaph. No, I don't want streamer diapers. Disgusting. Too late, we already won. Alright, okay, so... You saw that. The stuff you get at the end of the run is pretty consistent. If you have her maxed out, the reporter maxed out, she will always give you 5 to each stat. And 20 skill points. So I had her maxed out, she gave me good stuff. The director, now with the Unity Cup, before only would give you 15 per stat if you had her maxed. Now gives 8 flat. There's no plus or minus to it. She will give you 18 to stamina and guts almost always. The skill points can be plus or minus. And Ogre will always give you plus... Your Uma will always give you 5. I would have gotten better stuff if I came in first place on that. So this was an okay run. We didn't hit the 1100 threshold, but the stat lines are pretty solid. We have 300 points left. What do I want to pick up? I can pick up Rushing Gale straight out, or I can pick up the seconds of these 2 skills, which I might do that instead. Do I have enough? I don't. So I think we're gonna just take Rushing Gale straight out. See, this skill, the jury's still out for me on this skill. It's gonna be very important when running in Champion Cups, but as an individual Uma, when you're running in, like, let's say you're running for team trials, it's not gonna matter in team... Actually, it would matter in team trials too, because those are also team races. So this is actually, I'm thinking it's pretty useful. I didn't pick Corner Connoisseur. I picked Rushing Gale because it's also an acceleration skill. And I could get the gold version of it. So this is an A run. It's not a high A run. It's a mid A run. Not too bad. Didn't get a good spark. It is my best Ogre run on this account. Yeah, that's true. I had a lot of mistakes in this run. We didn't hit our breakpoints the way we wanted to. But I think she's better than what I have here. So this is, like I said, this is my PC account for anybody who's watching me and is not familiar with my accounts. I have another account on my phone that is separate from my Steam account. You can find that one here. This is my main account, actually. With many fans, and these are my runs on my main account. Let's sort by rating, so you can see my better scores. Pronounce the name of my horse? What do you mean? Matekane Futakitaru? No, it's not Tannhauser. It's Matekane Futakitaru. Are you just mad because I can pronounce her name correctly? It took me a very long time to get her name correctly. How what? How what, brother? How scores? Still pronouncing her name wrong? What do you mean? Matekane Fukukitoru. It's written right there! And there. Alright, so that is kind of very all for stream. I know we only did one run because I was taking it very slow today so that I could explain things. But I hope that helped you, Alfonso, and anyone else who was watching and learning. Well, what did we get? Oh, 5 Unity Cups. Oh my god, I have a long way to go here. 20 Unity Cups. I've only done 5. Ugh. Anyway, I hope that helped anybody who's trying to learn a little bit more about the game. As Alfonso says, I will probably be putting together a guide. I am no expert, but I'm definitely not a novice when it comes to this game. I will say that much. And I will likely post that guide on YouTube. So I hope it helped even just a little bit on you improving your runs. This account, like I said, because I haven't spent these carrots, this account has much weaker cards and much weaker Umas and in general. I have like at least a dozen 3-star plus Sparkers on my other account because I play that one all the time during my lunch break at work when I'm sitting in bed ready to go to sleep. Well, this one I only play when I'm sitting on my computer and streaming. Uma studying is more important than real life studying, trust. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please study and retain real knowledge. Alright. I think your score looked great. It looked like you improved your run a lot, so I'm happy for you. And I hope that the guide that I gave today helped you a lot. If you're new to my channel on Twitch, please leave a follow. It does help my channel grow. And if you're new on YouTube, please leave a like, thumbs up, and a follow. No, not a follow, a sub. That also helps my YouTube channel grow. I will work on guides. I was gonna wait till I had my 2.0 VTuber model to do the guides, but I'm thinking I might just do them without that, because I think the guides are really important for beginners at the very least, and even like mid-tier players to get better. So again, I am not a JP bro, I am not a stat master, but I would say I'm pretty decent at the game. But yeah, alright. Have a wonderful night, everybody.